Hey everyone, welcome to Learn with Husshaal. In this video, we are going to cover the reinforcement theory of motivation. We are going to keep it very simple and with practical examples. So this theory was basically proposed by B.F Skinner and it is based on the principles of behaviorism. In this theory, we are going to understand the behavior of employees in an organization. This theory focuses how consequences influence behavior, like how the consequence of a certain behavior can change the behavior in the future. Behavior that is rewarded is more likely to be repeated, and behavior that is punished is less likely to be repeated. So, in an organization, managers usually reward employees for a behavior they want to be repeated and punish employees for a behavior they don't want to be repeated. Let's just get into the types of reinforcement. There are basically four types of reinforcement. The first is positive reinforcement. Positive reinforcement is rewarding desired behavior. If you want a behavior to be repeated again and again, you attach a reward with it. That reward can be in the form of monetary reward or it can be in the form of non-monetary reward. What is monetary reward? For example, you set a bonus for good performance in the organization. So bonus is a monetary reward for a behavior to be repeated again. And next, if you set a monthly appreciation award for an employee for good performance, so that is a non-monetary reward. In an organization, some employees want monetary reward for their motivation and satisfaction, and some employees want non-monetary rewards for their productivity. So you positive reinforce to desire for a desired behavior. Reinforcement, in simply words, we can say that reinforcement is strengthen a behavior. You want to make it strong, so you say that reinforcement. Negative reinforcement is basically removing something unpleasant. You remove something unpleasant for a behavior to be repeated. For example, when you don't wear a seat belt when you are driving, your car alarm starts sounds that irritates you. Next time you will wear the seat belt to avoid alarm ringing. So that is basically removing something unpleasant from a behavior so that you can so now you will do it in the future. Third is punishment, applying negative outcome to reduce behavior. You don't want a behavior to repeat, so you will attach a negative outcome, a punishment with it. For example, warning letter. If you have set a desired target of the organization and your employees are not meeting up those targets, you will write a warning letter to employee. So now next time he will not do the behavior that will reduce the sales of the organization. The fourth type is extinction, withholding reinforcement to stop behavior. Okay, let's just understand this concept. Students usually get confused in it. Extinction means when a manager in the organization say to employees that you have grouped together and you have worked together as a team. He reinforces group work. But after a certain point, he started to notice that teamwork is not benefiting the company anymore. Rather, it has become a gossip group. So now you will stop reinforcing that particular behavior. So, withholding reinforcement to stop behavior. For example, ignoring attention seeking. Like first, there were new employers in your organization, and you start giving them attention because you want them to learn quickly. But you started to notice that attention seeking is making them a biased employee in an organization that is creating problems. So now you stop giving them attention, you are ignoring them. So when you stop reinforcement when you stop reinforcing a certain behavior in an organization, that is extinction. Let's just understand them more with practical workplace examples. We can say that positive reinforcement employee of the month award, that is a non-monetary positive reinforcement. Negative reinforcement example can be removing strict supervision when targets are met. Okay, let's just get into it. Take an example. Organization has set targets, but employees are not meeting those targets. So organization set strict supervision on them. Now that strict supervision was pressurizing them, was making them discomfort. So now from the next time, to avoid that strict supervision, they will meet the targets on time. So negative reinforcement is they want to remove that unpleasant thing, so for that reason they will not behave in that way. Now they will do it on the time. Punishment, salary deduction after repeating for repeated late arrivals. When 1 month salary will be deducted for repeated late arrivals, next month they won't be late. Extinction, ignoring disruptive jokes during meetings. For example, you are in a meeting and some employees are cracking jokes continuously. You ignore them for 5 to 10 minutes. Now what will happen? They will stop cracking jokes as they are being enough ignored. Application in management, how this helps managers. They shape employee behavior by reinforcing them, by punishing them. They can shape their behavior, they can motivate them, they can increase their productivity. But it is important that reinforcement should be timely and consistent. Like after a certain behavior or after a certain loss, reinforcement can be of no use. So it's important to apply it on time. And also in an organization, when you are using motivation theories or management strategies, it's important to have a balance between the reward and discipline. At the end, we can say that reinforcement theory emphasizes behavior is shaped by the consequences. This line is the core of this theory. If you are defining reinforcement theory, you have to use this as a definition, that behavior is shaped by consequences, and this is based on the law of effect. Law of effect means if good things happen after your behavior, you will do it again. If bad things happen after your behavior, you will not do it again. Positive reinforcement can only be effective in a case where you want long-term motivation, and managers should apply reinforcement theory carefully for best results. I hope you will find this video helpful. Please do subscribe my channel and thank you for watching.